Today on OC News, the Department of Education has been decimated by layoffs, impacting student funding.
A rally took place in Memorial Park in support of International Women's Day and the LGBTQ community.
And a city in South Orange County had a whale of a time at the Festival of Whales, but with some changes.
All this and more on OC News.
This just in tech news. First responder on police. There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students
at Cal State Fullerton. OC News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to OC News. My name is Jocelyn Quirarte.
And I'm Daniel Tinoco. Thank you for tuning in.
People traveling through LAX need to take extra precaution. The first case of measles was confirmed in Los Angeles. A case of measles has been confirmed in a Los Angeles County resident who recently traveled through Los Angeles International Airport. This marks the first confirmed case of measles in an LA County for 2025. According to the LA County Department of Public Health, authorities are now working to notify passengers who may have been exposed in specific areas aboard a China Airlines flight, which arrived in Los Angeles on March 5th.
The fate of the Department of Education is uncertain. What does that mean for students here at Cal State Fullerton? Here is Hope Ferris with the story.
A lot has changed since President Trump took office. Federal agencies have been decimated by layoffs, and now it's the Department of Education.
Even if it's useful for achieving those goals or has some other purpose that we like. So we'll be getting rid of anything you can say Congress didn't explicitly authorize. Yeah. And so that's a way, and if you cripple something enough, maybe the hope is that if it's crippled to the point of not being functional, then that will build support for getting rid of it.
In 2024 alone, $256.7 billion was given as aid to students across the country in the form of loans, grants, tax credits, and federal work study, all which run through the Department of Education.
I rely on it to pay for my schooling, and without it, I can't take my classes. I probably wouldn't even be here. College is pretty expensive, so you can work really, really hard, but to do that and be a student at the same time, it's really hard to raise enough to attend. And also, it's stressful to do both at the same time.
Up to 70% of students here at Cal State Fullerton receive some form of financial aid. If the Department of Education is eliminated, this affects federal programs, affecting Cal State Fullerton's ability to function.
You can lose your classes and you'll have to re-enroll, and especially if you're an upperclassman taking upper divisions, it'll be really hard to get the same classes that you were because those classes are really sought for, and so just a lot of extra stress overall.
Congress will meet in the coming weeks to determine the fate of the Department of Education. With OC News, I'm Hope Ferris.
Consumers are taking a stand as a nationwide economic blackout is taking place after companies pulled back on their diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. Janet Guerreca has more on the story.
President Donald Trump's push to end all federal DEI programs led to major companies like Walmart, Target, and Amazon to eliminate their diversity initiatives.
I think it's really wrong for these companies to shift on such a large margin of their consumers just over a few policies, because it's detrimental to themselves as well as to communities who supported them for such a long time.
Consumers, including Titans, are no longer buying from big brands who rolled back on DEI, refusing to spend money online or in stores to prove that their wallets have power.
I recently stopped shopping at Target. I used to rely on Target to get everything because it had the most resale products and stuff like that. But now I just take my business elsewhere.
Since the removal of diversity programs earlier this year, these companies experienced a decline in sales, causing their stocks to fall.
It shows that people prefer justice and equality over a soft drink or over a certain superstore something like that, it sends that message.
In the upcoming months, during a series of planned boycotts, purchases should be limited to household necessities such as groceries. Shoppers should also prioritize buying from local vendors and shopping at small businesses.
They don't want to tolerate any disrespect, and that they're really serious about showing that they don't agree.
Buyers will continue to oppose companies that remove diversity policies, as they won't shop where they're not wanted. Reporting for OC News, I'm Janet Wareka.
The release of an important voice against the Hamas-Israel war is being called for following his arrest over the weekend. On Wednesday, protesters gathered in support of Mahmoud Khalil, a prominent Palestinian activist demanding his release. Khalil is being represented in court after his arrest this weekend in what appears to be an attempt by the Trump administration to deport him. Khalil's arrest by ICE in New York stemmed from his involvement in protests against the Israel-Hamas war at Columbia University last spring.
Coming up, President Trump's tariff plan has caused prices in the U.S. to skyrocket, from groceries to gas prices and car sales. Reporter Andrea Restrepo has more on the story.
This is Andrea Restrepo, and today we'll be talking about how everything is going up in price, such as energy, gas prices, car prices, dairy, and food at the grocery markets. We'll be getting different people's perspectives, such as some students and faculty members, on the topic.
The newly imposed 25% tariffs on vehicles imported from Canada and Mexico could lead to price hikes, ranging from $3,500 to $12,200 per vehicle. This substantial increase is due to higher assembly costs resulting from the tariffs. With the average cost of new vehicles already at $48,118 as of January 2025, these tariffs could push prices to $52,500 or higher, making vehicles less affordable for many consumers. Gas prices could go up by 20 to 50 cents per gallon.
The tariffs are going to cause the gas to go up because other countries are not going to want to sell to us because we're raising the prices up really high, which will make life here kind of unaffordable.
You know, some people there agree, some people they said maybe in a 6 months we're going to get better result, or nothing's going to happen, it's going to get worse. Some people they said that 2025 it's going to be the worst because everything is going to go sky high.
Notably, egg prices have already surged by 53% over the past year. The USDA's Economic Research Service predicts that retail egg prices will increase by 41.1% in 2025 due to the ongoing bird flu outbreaks affecting the U.S. egg supply. The implementation of a 25% tariff on imports from Mexico and Canada by President Trump is expected to increase prices on various goods in the United States.
This is Andrea Restrepo reporting for OC News.
In honor of International Women's Day, people gathered for a peaceful yet powerful rally in Santa Ana. Brianna Delgadillo has more.
Demonstrators gathered at Memorial Park on Saturday to celebrate International Women's Day, sending a clear message calling for an end to President Donald Trump's agenda.
It's now more than ever we need to make our voices be heard. So I think it's a day to really sit with that, to know that our existence is resistance.
The protests remained peaceful, filled with music, chants, and calls for justice. Speakers expressed their concerns about policies they believe threaten their rights and freedoms.
Right now with the Trump administration, it means we're standing up, we're fighting back, we're not going to let them take away our rights, and we're going to actually further our rights.
The rally, organized by CSO Orange County, highlighted issues such as standing with women of Palestine, stopping deportations, and protecting transgender rights.
Seeing the Trump administration direct and clear statement on trans existence and their stance on it, I think that I could not show up and speak. I think my community needs me now more than ever.
To come out here, to be in the community and show that we're not going anywhere, we're not going to take this, and we're going to be here to fight back.
People are demanding action and vowing to keep fighting for women, immigrants, and the LGBTQ+ communities. Join an organization such as CSO Orange County and get informed.
If you want to be somebody and you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention, because We on the Titanic, honey.
Many plan to keep the momentum going with future rallies. CSO encourages everyone to stay involved and taking action in their communities. This is Brianna Delgadillo with OC News.
Coming up after the break, we will talk about how Southwest Airlines is putting an end to their free checked bag policy.
And details on the sports going on around campus. All that and more when we come back. Stay tuned.
Hey Titan community, on behalf of the Roshan family, my wife Lynn, our son Allende, our daughter Nia, and also our four-legged loved one Jazz, we want to wish you all a happy holiday season. There's no better way to bring this season in than with a little Titan spirit. Cal State Fullerton, thank you for receiving my family with such grace and joy and open arms. Our first semester has been nothing short of spectacular. As we go into the holiday season, I celebrate each and every one of you all for what you do to serve our student body. I've come to a campus where people care about each other, where resiliency is a part of the DNA, and where students are first at every single turn we take. Students coming from all backgrounds, all places, all corners of the globe to make our world a better place. I am so thankful for this opportunity to serve as your president. I wish each of you a happy holiday season. Come back here ready to serve. Come back here ready to uplift. May the new year bring you peace, joy, grace, and great health. Happy holidays!
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Southwest is making new changes for their airline and ending a beloved policy, which may make travelers drop the airline in favor of others. Southwest Airlines' free checked bags is coming to an end. The air carrier is scrapping its most recognizable perk, just months after ditching its open seating policy. On Tuesday, the company announced it will start charging for flyers' first and second checked bags beginning on May 28th. However, members of Southwest's A-List loyalty program or those traveling on a business fare will be exempt from fees. This development comes amid calls for leadership changes and operations overhaul to boost profitability.
NFL free agency kicked off earlier this week with some explosive moves, but they are not the only thing that has been explosive in the world of athletics. Titan Sports has also been doing damage of their own. Our sports anchor Gavin Sanders has more details on that. Take it away, Gavin.
Thanks, Jocelyn and Daniel. There's no such thing as a pause in sports during the year. With winter sports like basketball and hockey winding down, spring sports like baseball are just now kicking off. Let's get into it. Starting off with some news about the NFL. Free agency kicked off 2 days ago and money is being thrown around like it grows on trees. Let's take a look into it. After the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl, teams have been paying players colossal size contracts everywhere around the league. The Bills locked down their franchise quarterback Josh Allen after 6 years, paying him $330 million with $250 million guaranteed. On the other side of the ball, Myles Garrett becomes the highest paid non-quarterback in the league after threatening the Browns with sitting out next season. He'll be locked in for 4 years and $160 million. Other teams and players are making big splashes around the league, with teams spending a total of $4.72 billion so far, and we are only 2 days into free agency. I can't imagine what type of money guys like Lucky Sutton and LaMarcus Sick are going to reel in when they get to the league. Let's take a trip from the gridiron to the diamond and check in on how our very own Titan baseball team is doing. After a winless road trip in Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, our baseball team came home for a revenge game against USC, who beat them earlier this year at Goodwin Field. The Trojans made some noise in the top of the first, scoring 3 off Fullerton pitcher Chad Gurney, who wasn't able to finish the first inning. The Titans struck back in the first with a 3-run big fly from Matthew Bardwell, who has been a force to be dealt with all season. As the Trojans and Titans would throw punches the next few innings, the Titans would get the last laugh with a 6-run 7th inning that would propel them to enact revenge, 11-6. And we can't forget about this highlight play from Matthew in left field. After finishing the Judy Garland with 2 upset wins against nationally ranked programs, our softball team bust down to La Jolla to take on the Tritons. Our softball team swept the UCSD Tritons over the weekend with big-time showings from our dominant pitching staff, Leanna Garcia leading the charge as always, and Eva Hurtado ending the weekend with a mercy win. On the offensive side of the ball, it continues to be a team effort with a lot of small ball included. The softball team continues their great season with a 16-9 record and a 3-0 conference in record. Our very own Natalie Lozano was named Big West Player of the Week after her stellar showing against the Tritons, which included a home run. That's all the time we have for sports. I hope you guys had a great time talking some ball. Thank you for all the listening. Back to Jocelyn and Daniel at the desk.
Titans are uplifting the community with a special fundraising event. Today is Titans Give Day for Cal State Fullerton. This fundraising initiative unites the community to support scholarships programs, sports teams, and other university classes. To donate, visit titansgive.fullerton.edu before midnight.
Men's mental health is often overlooked, but one local event is creating a space for open conversations with a sweet twist. Dudes and Donuts gives men a chance to open up in a relaxed, supportive environment. Jonathan Zarate has more on the story.
It's a simple idea: coffee, conversation, and donuts. Talking about mental health isn't always easy, especially for men. But at Dudes and Donuts, the goal is to create a space where guys can share, listen, and find support without judgment.
Having a space where men can talk safely, and that's also not religious affiliated. I think that's a big thing.
According to the CDC, men are far less likely to seek professional help for emotional struggles, often due to stigma or societal expectations. But events like this are changing the conversation, making it easier for men to ask for support without fear of judgment. For many who attend, it's not just about learning coping mechanisms, it's about finding community amongst people who need help or just want to be heard.
So just to be aware and know that it's better to talk about these kind of things in person with people, it really helps. So
while the conversations here can get deep, the goal is to keep things light and comfortable. And of course, the donuts don't hurt either. The message here is simple. Show up, talk, listen, and leave knowing you're not alone. It is a great way to connect and support one another. Dudes and Donuts meets every Monday at 7 p.m. at High Hopes Counseling in Fullerton at 118 North State College Boulevard, Unit B. This is Jonathan Zarate with OC News.
After a short commercial break, details on what has been going on in the entertainment world.
And some changes had been made to an annual whale festival in South Orange County coming up next on OC News.
I have a question about
What does it take to discover the greatness within you? It takes resilience.
When I first got to Cal State Fullerton, I felt lost. Then I found my community. It was like a caring family cheering me on.
I wasn't sure about being a chemist. My professors showed me I could. People believed in me here, and I learned to believe in myself. Discover the resilience within you at Cal State Fullerton.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. Alright, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Entertainment is always a nice escape from the hustle and bustle of regular life. And even with award season wrapping up, there is no shortage of news in the business of guts and glamour. Jonathan Zarate has more on entertainment.
Thanks, Jocelyn. Like you said, entertainment is ever-changing. There's always something to talk about. So let's just get right into it, starting with an update in the Spotify world. Earlier this year, the world's largest paid music subscription service announced it has paid over $10 billion to the music industry in 2024. Now, in its annual Loud and Clear Music Economics Report, Spotify is sharing more details on how it supports artists and the broader music industry. The streaming giant reveals that nearly 1,500 artists have earned more than $1 million in royalties from its platform. Additionally, Spotify reports that music publishing rights holders received a total of $4.5 billion over the past 2 years, with the payouts reaching a new high last year. New names have emerged in one of many sexual assault lawsuits against musician Sean Diddy Combs. Influencer and comedian Drewski, along with NFL star Odell Beckham Jr., have been named as defendants in a lawsuit filed on March 7th. The lawsuit brought by plaintiff Ashley Parham alleges that Drewski, Beckham, and others participated in 2018 assault alongside Diddy. Both men have denied any involvement with Drewski, calling the accusations a fabricated lie, stating that he had no ties to the entertainment industry at the time of the accusations. Beckham responded similarly, dismissing the allegations as stupid and expressing confidence that his name will be cleared. Drewski has acknowledged attending Diddy's parties but denies any wrongdoings. Beckham, who was playing for the New York Giants at the time, has also been linked to the past parties hosted by Diddy. These allegations come as Diddy remains in prison. The rising star is making history. Billboard has named Doechii its 2025 Woman of the Year, cementing her status as one of the most influential artists of the moment. The honor comes just 1 month after Doechii won Grammy for Best Rap Album, making her only the third woman to ever receive the award. During her emotional acceptance speech, she acknowledged that the significance of the moment and how much this means to her. Now Billboard is recognizing Doechii for her impact on music and culture. She will officially receive the award at the Billboard Women in Music Awards on March 29th. Doechii's breakout album, Alligator Bites Never Heal, was also named one of 2024's best albums, including popular songs like Denial is a River, Nissan Altima, and Catfish. With the latest accolade, Doechii continues to solidify her place in the music industry. That's all for me and the entertainment world this week. Now back to Jocelyn and Daniel at the desk.
This past weekend, the city of Dana Point was brought together by an annual festival. Justin Rosette has a story.
Every year in the first weekend of March, the city of Dana Point hosts its beloved Festival of Whales, the longest-running whale festival in the world. This year, however, the city was forced to pivot its plans and try something completely different.
In the past, we've had a Festival of Whales parade, which is always really fun. But with some of the construction going on, they decided to try something different and have the carnival up here at this beautiful park.
Despite the changes for this year's festival, it has still been a major success, with people coming from Dana Point and beyond to enjoy the festivities.
With its drastic change in nature, this year's event featured many firsts, not just with the carnival, but for the performers as well.
This has been really great. This is our first time doing this. This is actually my first time coordinating a group of performers for a whole event.
The carnival featured a variety of games and rides, giving both kids and adults a much different yet enjoyable experience nonetheless.
Because the parade, you're going by people and you're waving, but here with the carnival, we get to interact with everybody. You know, I've met people from Fullerton, for instance. We've had people from San Diego. So it's a really great opportunity just to meet people that aren't necessarily just from the community.
While the format for next year's 55th Annual Festival of Whales is still to be determined, the success of this year's carnival showed that residents of Dana Point and nearby cities will show up and have a great time regardless. Justin Rosette, OC News.
All cat owners say they will do anything for their cats, but this one family is taking it to the next level. A Minnesota family's unique creation is taking the internet by storm. The Moan family built a cozy cat condo for a mama cat and her 3 kittens. What started as a simple act of kindness soon went viral after one of their daughters shared a photo on Facebook, quickly wrapping up 500,000 views. The kittens have captured the hearts of viewers everywhere. People from all walks of life are sending donations and messages of gratitude. Yeah, I really like cats. I have one at home, but he's so bad.
Yeah, if I had a cat, I'd also want something like that. Just a nice condo for the little feline. Anyways, thank you for joining us tonight for OC News. Our next show is coming up in just a few moments. My name is Daniel Tinoco.
And my name is Jocelyn Quirarte. Make sure to follow us on social media at OC News CSUF and at Titan TV CSUF. Thank you again.